Hey everybody, welcome back to Options Inc. Today we'll be going over the first video in a small account challenge series and playlist that I'll be working on to see if it's actually possible to build and scale an account day trading with only $100. So if you want to join in and see the progress of this small account to see if it's actually possible to start day trading successfully with only $100, then like and subscribe to stay up to date with the coming videos. So here we are. Today is 27th of December, 2022. We are coming up to the end of the year, and I thought, why not create a small account challenge in the worst month usually in stock market history, because usually around December you don't really see a lot of moves, but regardless, it should not affect our ability to consistently pull profits from the markets. But obviously we can't expect 500% moves either, especially with the current state of the market. So here we are, we're looking at SPY. So the main strategy that I will be implementing, and hopefully you can learn from, is to day trade SPY options, because we have 0 dated contracts on SPY, which are very cheap. If I show you right over here, this is my live interactive brokers account. And as you can see, I deposited basically $100, 106, 7 or 8 depending. And today I took a trade, made $5.66 on a put on SPY. So if you take a look right here, the option chain for SPY, you can see all these contracts, $32, $78. Looking at the bids for puts or calls, you see that we actually can buy and sell contracts daily on 0 dated contracts under $100. And so we'll be utilizing everything we know about supply and demand, about levels and charting and price action and volume to day trade SPY options. The contracts right at the money contracts, just 1 or 2 out the money. Those are the ones we are going to be targeting. They are below $100, and we can definitely buy and sell for a profit, as you can see here. So the thing with the small account, when you're trying to build it, it's very important to understand the strategy, what you're trying to get out of it, and the expected profitability based on how many contracts you trade, as well as understanding the risk involved, because you will lose money. Losses are a part of the game, but you can't let one loss destroy 10 days of consecutive wins. So as you see here, I played a SPY put in the open, made $5.66, and that is 5% of the account. And that's pretty great, because when we're starting off with simply $100, you don't want to blow it. You don't want to sit here think I'm gonna catch a 300% move, like that's what I'm looking for. Play what the chart gives you for the day and not be too concerned with big dollar amounts, because we're only spending $100. Expected range, we're looking at $5 to $10 to even $30. $30 is a great day, but to be honest, any amount of profit is a fantastic day. I took this trade right here on SPY while this candle was coming down. This is a 1-minute chart. I'm using a 1-minute chart to show you the candle that I played, and this was a maybe 30 second play. That's it. I literally played this one candle. Now, I would have gotten in earlier. As you can see, it's bouncing around in my zone. Then it started rejecting, but I was caught up with a bit of errands in the morning, and I couldn't make it to market open, which is also something that we will be discussing in future videos, because being prepared pre-market, your morning routine and everything like that plays into how you're going to execute your trades throughout the day. So here are some key takeaways of the strategy. Number 1, our range of profit targets, if you will be looking at anywhere from literally $3 to $30. Those are great days. Number 2, we want to take only one trade a day, maybe 2. Number 3, have a solid pre-market routine that includes our personal lives so that we are ready with our levels, we're ready mentally. Number 4, we'll be using a journal that I will discuss in a later video. We need a journal to keep track of a lot of different things. Why we took a trade, how did it perform, what was the setup, and actually tracking our progress. And furthermore, because this is a $100 account as of right now, we need to have risk levels. We need to understand how much can we risk, because we don't want to blow up an account, and understand charting. So everything will come together to build a system where we can effectively start day trading with just $100. As you can see, today was a beautiful move down, perfect V-shaped recovery up. I actually missed this climb up because, again, I left the monitor, and because I had one trade, the first trade of the account, made a nice healthy $5.66. I know it's not much, but think in terms of percentages, and for a $100 account, 5% is pretty good. So I didn't want to push it too much today. But yes, this move would have been amazing if you caught it. This move right here, or even if you got in at open because you saw this downtrend, this whole move right here would have been amazing too. And that's another thing about how we're going to trade, is that we are not going to trade after noon, as in after 12 noon. Our trading window is going to be from open to 12 p.m. Because unfortunately, if you're sitting around the monitor too much, you will start thinking everything is a move. You want to be very careful. Understanding when not to trade is just as important as knowing when to trade. And we're going to be taking moves that we see. There's no need to push for trades. There's no need to force trades, right? Because otherwise you're going to mess up. And because this is a $100 account, we want to be a little careful. We're going to look at $5 as a huge win, because that will slowly start compounding. If we get bigger moves, if we have a contract that runs 100%, fantastic. But that should not be the norm. And we should stick to our supply and demand zones, our levels, price action, and volatility, as well as volume, to dictate when we get in or out of a trade, and why we think getting in a trade would be a good thing. In this example, the reason I took this trade was because, as you can see, this zone right here, you see it came down to the midpoint of the zone. SPY then started jumping. I was seeing if that was a confirmation for a bounce, started consolidating right here, and then finally broke through. Looking at level 2 data right here, this is the level 2s. I use level 2s on Webull, and looking at level 2s, it started speeding up. You start seeing a massive downward pressure, and in this candle, I got in on the momentum of this candle, wrote it down for a little bit, and then sold it because there was another zone right here. I drew this zone based on these candles actually, so at that time this zone didn't exist, but it could have easily reversed, right? You think it broke below this zone, so now it's going to keep going down? Maybe not, right? That could have been a fake out breakdown, right? But eventually at the bottom of this zone, we saw this bounce, and it broke back up through our zone and just ran up to our psych level almost perfectly before being rejected again. So the thing with small account challenges is that one contract, this contract that I took, was $80, and I sold it at 90. Specifically, I bought it at 82 with a $1.50 commission, sold it at 90 with $84 in commission. So if you do the math on a $100 account, that's 82% of your account is in a trade, which is a very big risk because that's a huge percentage. So if this went against me, the whole account is dead. Before it even started, the whole account wiped clean. And we can't afford to lose. Essentially, in the very beginnings, we can't drop below $100 because then it becomes very, very difficult to trade contracts on SPY. Yeah, contracts now, later on in the day, you see contracts at $40 and so on and so forth, $50 even. But again, we're going to target the morning part of the day because that's where you see the biggest volatility. And now look at this chop action sideways. You don't want to trade this. You don't need to trade this. Consistent wins, and being consistent will build your confidence. It will build your credibility, your trust in your levels and zones, and then build market awareness. So yes, catching this down move would have been fantastic. Then switching up and catching this up move would have been fantastic. But in the very beginning, if you're wrong, you would have blown it, right? If in this bounce, right here, these two upwards candle. If you thought this is going to go up and you bought calls, say right here, because you thought it was going to break up, you're waiting for the momentum to break up, and then it went against you, you're toast, right? The level 2 started moving again. Wonder why? Oh, that's why it's slowly breaking down. Big flush down over here, breaking down through the zone. But it's okay. We're not trading right now. Setting a time limit gives your brain a peace of mind. Otherwise, you'll always be stressed, thinking about a trade. Relax. Our trading time is up till 12 p.m. and so we don't have to worry about trading. After that, we can get on with our lives, which is also another very important part. Get on with your lives. So I'll be continuing to do these daily market recaps with the small account and see if we can scale $100 to $10,000. And if you want to join me in the small account challenge, then subscribe and follow me on my Twitter. I'll be posting a lot more on my Twitter than I usually do to keep everybody updated with the current situation. So besides that, just wanted to say that today's been a great day. I hope all of you are doing well. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and let's turn this $100 into 10 grand. All right. I'd like to thank you guys for sticking around till this long. Clearly, if this shows that you're interested, and since you are very interested, hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.